Hello, Annie Sullivan All-Stars. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. You had some time to rest, rejuvenate, but also you're taking time every day to read, because we know when you read 20 minutes a day, you are making a huge impact on your life. And this week we want to celebrate those students who have leveled up on Lexia. But first, we have had 384 skills have been completed by you throughout the last month. So that is exciting. And here are the students who have leveled up last week. We have a long list. You are doing amazing. In 102, Yosef and Chance. In 103, Rhiannon, Ashley, Grace, and Saim. In 104, Uzia, Sahil, James, Rufta, Zayden, Jace. In 302, Antonio, Lauren, Alina. In 303, Indigo. 304, Veda. 401, Abdul and Naz. In 402, Will. In 403, Sanayet and Yana. In 501, Forrest, Zachary, Bethel, Isis, Nason, and Samba. In 502, McKenna, Jacob, Ava, Jenny, and Suchan. In 503, Noah, Olivia, Allison, Rojan. And then in 504, Rafika, Rowdy, and Samuel. Awesome job. Last week, we told you we are focusing on lining up, and we're going to make sure to run to the line when the bell rings. So we're going to continue working on that, because the minute the bell rings, you have to run as fast as you can to the lines to line up, because we don't want to waste your learning time. And there's another class that's transitioning outside, so that's why it's also important that you line up right away. So the next class that's coming outside, you guys don't interfere with each other. All right, so this past 2 months, we've been focusing on the 3 habits. And so today, I just want to talk to you about how those habits connect and to remember why they're so valuable. So habit 1 teaches you that you are the master of your life. You are in charge, and you are responsible for what happens to you. Because remember, habit 1, be proactive. I'm in charge of my life. And then habit 2 appeals to your imagination, and it encourages you to see with the eyes of the mind. So you're thinking about what's not yet possible. It helps you to make a vision of what can become, because remember, habit 2 is begin with the end in mind. Make a plan. So you're really looking forward and trying to develop those habits that will help you succeed in whatever your goal is. And then when we're thinking about habit 3, put first things first. First work, then play. We are putting into practice what you have learned by implementing effective management of your time. So you will spend more time focusing on the things that are most important to you. Remember last week when I showed you those rocks and how those important things need to go first, and then all the sand, that's the least important things? So it helps us to achieve more results and be more successful. So continue to focus on habit 3, put first things first. First work, then play. All right, Annie Sullivan All-Stars, I wanted to share another quick little bit of wisdom from one of my favorite leaders. His name is John Wooden. He is one of the most famous coaches in history. And he coached, well, let me make sure I say this right, because I don't want to mix this up. So he was the coach of the UCLA boys basketball team, and he won several championships. And he talks about all the different ways he has developed leadership in his students and in his basketball team. So there's just one of these areas that I wanted to focus on today. So here it is. So John Wooden has this part of this chapter about success. And he talks about the secret to success. And that the secret to success is that you don't worry about whether you're better than anyone else. But you never stop trying to be the best that you can become, because you have control over yourself and over your success and your effort and your determination and your will. And like we talked about in habit 1, like your decision to focus on those habits that are going to help you be the most successful. You have control over that. So he talks about only competing against yourself. So in our lives and when we're trying to strive to be better at something, so maybe I love soccer and I'm in sports, but you just have to always keep your mind focused on developing yourself and helping yourself become the best that you can be and not comparing yourself to others. And it's the same way with our academics. You need to focus on yourself and what you need to do to advance and get better. Like we talk about that Lexia, everyone's at a different level and we're all striving to just master those skills so we can level up to the next level. So that's the same thing with sports and academics and jobs. Like when you're in the community and maybe you're going to be an amazing carpenter or a mechanic. So when you're those things, you're still going to strive to be the best that you can be, because that's how you improve yourself. And it's really the only thing you have control over is what you do with your life. So he says, never stop trying to be the best you can become. Success is the peace of mind, which is the direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing that you made the effort to become the best that you are capable of. And so remembering that when it's over, I want your heads up and I want there to only be one thing that you gave your best and you gave everything you have. So he talks about, this is all I ever asked of his teammates because it was all they could ever give. And I just want you to remember that you are in charge of the effort, the determination, and the striving for yourself. You can't do that for anyone else, but you can do it for you. And I know that you can be successful in whatever you put your mind to, as long as you make specific goals and you keep meeting those goals till you get to the point you want to be at. So my daughter, she used to play basketball. She's in college now, and she had this goal of making 15 free throws in a row. And so she worked on it, and it took her a few weeks, and she got it. But it was that determination and consistency of practicing more and more, and it wasn't focused on anyone else. It was just focused on herself. And I think about that for myself. When I was going to college, I was focused on my goal of becoming a teacher. And so I worked really hard and got great grades in college. And then I did my student teaching and I tried my very best and I put in my best effort that I could do. And then I was able to see the results of students being able to read and write and do math. And it was just awesome to see them be successful. So I love seeing you be successful too. And I'm so proud of you. Continue to try your best. And remember, at Annie Sullivan, we lead to succeed.